The deep growls of wild boars thundered through the forest, a chilling sound that sent shivers down the spines of farmers nearby. Each roar was a reminder of loss, fields trampled, crops destroyed, and a year's hard work gone in a matter of hours. The people were desperate. Their livelihoods were slipping away, and with every sunrise, the Boars grew bolder. This time there was no hesitation. We geared up again, but not just with rifles, scopes, and off-road trucks. We carried something far heavier: the hopes and fears of an entire village. This wasn't just another hunt. It was a mission of rescue, a journey where courage had to rise above fear. We were not out there for trophies. We were fighting to protect life, land, and the future of our people. When the call came through, our hunting team moved swiftly and silently, like shadows in the twilight. Every step was planned, every breath calculated. We positioned ourselves along a narrow bend on the main forest trail, the very path where the Boars had been seen countless times before. The forest was alive with tension. The rustle of leaves, the whisper of the wind, and the pounding rhythm of our own hearts. From my vantage point on a distant ridge, I caught sight of movement, a dark mass pushing through the trees. It was them, the herd, the cause of our sleepless nights. I took a deep breath, chambered around, and steadied my aim. The world fell silent for a split second. Then, with one decisive squeeze of the trigger, the lead boar dropped instantly. Chaos erupted. The herd scattered in confusion, their screeches echoing through the woods. My brothers and I seized the moment. Shots cracked one after another, clean, controlled, and deadly. The forest became a symphony of precision and power. Each shot found its mark. That flawless teamwork and trust between us set the tone for what would be an unforgettable day. The thrill of that first successful strike fueled our determination. The mission had just begun. We followed their trail deeper into the dense forest, tracking the blood marks and broken branches that betrayed their path. The sun climbed higher, filtering golden light through the thick canopy as we pressed forward, our boots sinking into the damp earth. Then, through the trees, I spotted them again, a group of boars scrambling desperately up a steep cliff to escape. It was their mistake. From where we stood, they were exposed, struggling, heavy and slow. We quickly took our positions, rifles ready. A few steady breaths, a silent count, and then the air exploded with gunfire. Our shots rang out in perfect unison. One after another, the beasts fell. The echo of our rifles rolled across the valley, announcing a victory that was clean and decisive. They would never return to destroy those fields again. We didn't stop there. Following the sweep plan, We released the hounds. Trained and fearless, the dogs bounded through the forest, their sharp instincts locking onto the fresh scent. They barked with urgency, driving the remaining boars toward the main clearing, exactly where we wanted them. James was already in position, crouched behind cover, waiting for his moment. When the first boar burst through the brush, he didn't hesitate. One clean shot, target down. The dogs pressed on, circling and cornering another massive beast, pushing it directly into our trap zone. I steadied my rifle, every muscle focused. The moment the creature broke from the shadows into the open, I squeezed the trigger. One clean shot. The massive animal collapsed instantly. Another threat, gone in a heartbeat. By late afternoon, the forest was eerily quiet again. We moved carefully along the tree line, scanning for any signs of movement. The heat was suffocating, the air thick with the scent of gunpowder and earth. Just when we thought it was over, a sudden rumble tore through the silence. A large, aggressive herd burst out of the thicket, charging directly toward us. For a split second, time seemed to freeze. Then James reacted with lightning speed, reloading and firing with deadly accuracy. We followed his lead, each shot precise, controlled, unrelenting. The air filled with chaos, but we held our ground. One by one, the charging beasts fell, their fury no match for our resolve. Sweat dripped down our faces as the last echoes of gunfire faded into the distance. Heat, heat, let's go, someone muttered, signaling it was time to move out. We started packing up our gear, exhaustion weighing on our shoulders, ready to call it a day. But the forest had one last surprise for us. From the edge of the clearing, a final boar, massive and furious, charged out of nowhere. Instantly, our instincts kicked in. A flurry of gunfire erupted as we tried to stop it mid-charge. It was fast, relentless, refusing to fall. We adjusted, matched its pace, and fired with everything we had left. Finally, one last shot found its mark. The beast stumbled, then fell still. Silence returned once more, wrapping around us like a heavy blanket. That was it. The final threat eliminated. As the sun dipped below the horizon, we stood there, catching our breath, surrounded by the quiet aftermath of battle. What began as a desperate mission had turned into a victory that would echo through the village for generations. The fields were safe again, the farmers' hopes restored, and though the forest would always remain wild and unpredictable, we had proven one thing beyond doubt: that courage, unity, and determination could conquer even the fiercest of enemies.